Hello and welcome to this tutorial on making a breadboard butter wood finish. This finish is a 50-50 mix of beeswax and natural oil. It's food safe and it provides a really nice finish to your chopping boards and your wooden projects. So if you'd like to follow along, I'll show you how we made it. One of the finishes I like using on a lot of my projects is a 50-50 mix of natural mineral oil and beeswax. What it is it's a food safe mix that's really useful for finishing off wooden projects, wooden spoons, chopping boards, but also it gives a nice shine to leather as well, and unfortunately I've run out, so I'm just going to mix up another batch. As I said, the ratio is 50-50 by weight, however you can play with that. The more beeswax you add, and the beeswax here is in pellet form, the more hard beeswax you add, the thicker your butter will be. The less you add, the thinner it is, and I usually use a cloth to apply it. So let's weigh out some ingredients, heat them up in a pan and dissolve them, and then make a new batch. So I'm making this batch by weight, so let's put on our scale. Okay, and all I'm going to do is use up what I've got left. So that is just over 213 grams of oil. So that's a food safe natural mineral oil. So what I'll do now is stick on our stove, move the picture frame out the way, and I'm going to do this over a low heat because what we're actually doing is we're heating an oil, so you should be careful. Oils are flammable and you don't want to spill it anywhere, so let's put that centrally and wait for that to warm up. So our oil's heating up nicely. I actually used this jar to start. Bring it out, so I'm going to do is slowly add some of the beeswax and start waiting for that to dissolve. That's coming together quite nicely, so just turn down my heat a bit more and let's add a little bit more of it. Now what I have done is I've just turned off the heat. Hopefully there's enough heat in here to keep it dissolving. If not, we can always turn it back on. As you can see, it's dissolving really nicely down, so it's time to add the second 100 grams of this, and then we'll put it back into the kilner jar and leave it to cool. Let's get all of that out. Let's put our jar back together. And again, let's give this a stir. Adding a little bit more heat to this now. Give it a quick stir up. Okay, we're down to our last little bit in there, so that's going to dissolve. All the heat's off. Let's start pouring. Now what you'll see is the two parts are completely integrated. And we've got this lovely golden beeswax colour. So I'm just going to leave this to set for a little while, let it cool. You could put it in the fridge to do this, and then we'll come back and give it a test. Okay, so let's give this a test. Now that is beautiful finish. Let's just do the rest of this and then let's start on some other projects. So the final thing to do is to compare this beautiful breadboard buttered spoon to this sad spoon bought at the same time, which is lacking in love. So if you like this video, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. And the only thing left to do, I guess, is to start cleaning up and finishing this spoon, giving it a bit of love, and hopefully, very quickly, it will start looking just as nice as his brother. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in a later video.